In this video, I'll be showing you what I've done with my Haddonfield remake so far, as well as the creative process along the way. Let's get started. The idea that I have is just a U shape, and I don't want like a shitload of houses. I just want like a average amount that would balance out, some closed, some open. I'll open these up and I'll change the models and everything, and I'll still have the hedges around the Michael Myers house. I think that's important to have those like tall hedges on the sides. And you know, even though I kind of do like the two-sided street idea, I just kind of thought this U shape might actually play better for a lot of reasons. When I'm actually set up, you might just see what I'm talking about. So here's what I got going on with Haddonfield. I've been slowly working through it, listening to my ghost, and just updating kind of what feels right, and also what makes sense. And so far I'm kind of planning it out that, you know, Haddonfield, the main attraction is the Myers house, so I kind of like the aspect of this being in the middle and the map being centered around that. Now, a lot of the things I'm going to be doing are kind of practical. In the actual Haddonfield map, the new rework, there's a lot of boxes and weird random items behind houses. It's going to be a little more practical where it's not so congested with things, and not that they don't make sense in the Dead by Daylight new update, but in this, like I said, we don't need a bunch of boxes and weird shit laying around. It's going to be more practical and Halloween-y and fall. Definitely want those vibes to coming through. Just some lights I put in. It was a little test here just to see what they look like. I'll try and set them up nicely so they don't look like Halloween or Christmas lights, but kind of walk through the map here and take a look at some things. Little pumpkins that I've found and we'll place throughout the map. Kind of had to put some normal maps on there myself and do a couple other things, but the models are really cool. This little fire hydrant I found, kind of like an old schooly fire hydrant. And I'll just put that around the map too. Same with the bench, just a nice bench for the park. I started some of the assets for the park here and the park down there at the end of the block, and I'll just have little small assets like other trash cans and bikes. This kind of stuff I'll make sure is out of the way. That's not the main purpose. Isn't to have a bunch of items and shit in the way. It's kind of be in the background and stuff around the side. Things are just gonna pass by really quick. Other areas like this I might build up more so you can hide behind them. Same with like at the end of the block, whatever's gonna be here and over there. And back here I'll just make Michael Myers' shed. It'll kind of be a big area, a little more based off the first film. It's kind of what I want to have it. I like the concept that you can't just look across the map and find a survivor at any moment. That's what I really don't like about the new Haddonfield is just walking around the map and you can just get found off very often. Alright, I've gone and set up everything for the night sky, but before I change the position of the sun, I wanted to go over a couple things here. I haven't put in the Myers house, that'll be one of the last things, and I'll do it at night so I can get a better feel just how it looks. And same with a lot of the foliage, I'll just be putting it at night and all the trees just so I can see how they look. Right now I've just put some of this stuff in the map just to get a general feel of what kind of plants and positioning I want to have for everything. But anyways, you know, some of these model houses, when they're imported, in fact all of them, there's just a basic box collision around them, and you can't actually go up and interact with them. You can see my frame rate's already getting a little screwy here with now that I've put in a lot of the foliage in the map. But like for instance, going up to this, there's just a basic box collision around it. I can't actually go in it or interact with the stairs or anything. And that's how all these models are. And I'm going to have to go in and open them up manually like this. I've gone and just made the garage door invisible. Same with the front door. I've made it invisible. And just kind of set the collisions so I can walk in here. You can see and there's parts where I haven't actually set it, like back here where you can just walk in. This is a part and kind of an example what it's like when you don't set the collisions. You can just walk through wherever you want. And this, like in here, is a good example of what I have kind of done and set the invisible collisions for these parts of just this house. And I'll go and do it for a lot of these houses. It doesn't have to be complex. In fact, it should be more simple than anything, because it's just kind of these houses are kind of a replacement for what's called a playground or a loop, I guess you could say. You know, just in the sense that you're running through here and there'll be vaults and other things to escape the killer. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and do that with most of the houses. I'll go in and set all that. Otherwise, I'm gonna go in and start putting in all the foliage, and everything's gonna start running a little worse. But I'll just tweak the settings and just try and do everything as best I can for recording's sake and all that stuff. So just wanted you to get a good look at the map, everything I've done so far. I put in the little Volkswagen here from the movie that Michael Myers would have been driving. And I'll probably switch some of the positionings of this stuff, but for the most part, this is kind of the bare bones what I got for everything. Alright, so I've gone in and put a lot of the decals and leaves and foliage around the map. I've also put some trees on the outside. And I've made my own little Niagara system of falling leaves. It's not great because I haven't messed around with the Niagara system too much, and I didn't want to buy something out of the store, so I've just made something really simple. Hopefully you guys think it's suitable for the little map I've made here. And I haven't made the Myers house yet, but everything on the outside as far as the neighborhood is pretty much done for detail and leaves and everything like that. It's pretty much what the map is going to look like. So why don't we jump in and have a look here and